is up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a deck profile here for my Snorlax deck. Now this is the same VMAX deck that I built last time, but in this particular variant there are going to be some few differences. It is still going to focus on a fire energy, I guess engine, but if you guys wanted to play any other engine that you felt more comfortable with, then feel free to. I think that the lightning energy or electric energy is definitely quite a viable option as well if you want to play Tapu Koko, but you could also play other energy, I guess, engines such as the metal energy. Definitely also a really efficient energy board as well. I think you could try water energy by incorporating Frostmoth, but I believe Frostmoth only focuses on water Pokemon, though I'm not entirely sure, so we'll definitely have to find out later on when I take a look at that card. However, with that being said, let's just get on with this deck profile and I'll explain to you all my choices. So to begin, we're obviously playing here the two Snorlax VMAXs and the two Snorlaxes. This is all you really need. You don't need anything else in the deck itself. This is really the key card you want to go for. Going for 4 copies of it is completely unnecessary because this has 340 HP, so it kind of makes up as if it were 2 Pokemon because it takes double the effort to actually knock out this Pokemon as opposed to a lot of other Pokemon. I mean, this Pokemon, it's pretty hard to two-shot this as well, you know, because you see a lot of decks out there that can't even deal 170 damage, so they are definitely going to struggle against this particular kind of HP power. So with that being said, it's just looking really good at these ratios. However, with that being said, I'm incorporating here an Ariados engine. So Ariados and Spinarak is basically the evolution line. You are not playing a dark engine because you don't really need to play a dark engine. The attack is pretty lackluster. You want to use the ability, which is Spider Net. Now I think this is definitely underestimated. Yes, it is from Darkness Ablaze, so quite an old card, but when you play one of these cards here to evolve into the Ariados, you could essentially just switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon, and you actually get to choose yourself. You're not the one deciding on it, you're the one choosing, so it's quite powerful. It's, if anything, it could be more powerful than Boss's Orders, because Boss's Orders obviously has its own limits, being that it is a supporter card, but for Ariados you could definitely make quite a few interesting plays. You could just keep these in the hand and then have this on the bench, and whenever you're ready, you just play out the Ariados and it works out. It's really amazing, it works out incredibly well, and you only really need 2 of them. It's kind of like extra extensions towards the Boss's Orders, except you don't have to play Boss's Orders. So because you have no or a lesser amount of supporters in your decks, then you could actually just play a bunch of item cards, which makes your hand somewhat more viable in an actual gameplay. Now as for supporting Pokemon, I'm going to be playing here 1 Galarian Goon, and we're also going to be playing 1 Oranguru, allowing you to kind of manipulate the top card of your deck and allowing you to get what you actually need. And the Goon is just an extra bonus just to ping one of your opponent's Pokemons and finish them off potentially with this particular ability itself, so definitely very nice. And of course, that goes without saying, we're also playing here the Eldegoss V, we're playing Crobat V, and we're also playing Dedenne GX. Just really nice cards to draw, but also recur your cards, definitely making it really nice to actually focus on all these. Now moving on to item cards, we are playing here the 4 copies of the Quick Ball, definitely a really crucial card, very necessary, very good. We're also playing over here the 4 copies of Great Ball. I play Great Ball over Level Ball because with Level Ball, the issue is you're not playing enough cards that have 90 HP or less, so if anything, you could play 2 Great Ball and 2 Level Ball. That might be a better option, but for the time being, I'm just going with the Quick Ball and Great Ball because they're very consistent with they are. And to get to our Pokemon really quickly, we're going to be playing here 2 copies of Communication, just because it works out. You could again adjust the ratios with the Great Ball and Communication, and maybe that would work out for you. Again, for a similar case here, we are playing Giant Hearth in this deck, so we are going to be discarding a lot of our cards. So why not just maximize the attachment or reuse of your cards from the discard pile by using 4 copies of Turbo Patch. I'm sure it's going to go off, but it definitely really accelerates your plays. Speaking of which, from cards coming back in the discard zone, we're also going to be using 2 fire crystals just to bring back your fire energy. Definitely really nice, works well with the welder as well, definitely fantastic. However, as for a bit of manipulation of the board, we are definitely going to be playing Scoop Up Nets. Yes, we are playing obviously the Galarian Goon, which is a necessary card, but you know, potentially you could bounce back your own cards as well, like the Ariados. If it's in danger of being knocked out, then the Scoop Up Net might save you. To further extend on that, we're also going to be playing here 4 copies of Switch. I think it's just really nice. We are playing enough supporters that we would want to play the Pokegear 3.0, definitely just really nice to actually incorporate into the deck. And to recycle our supporter cards, which we're playing very few of, we're just going to play here the Power Pad as well, definitely really good. And of course, it's no surprise that we are playing here 2 Giant Hearth, definitely really great. As for supporters, we are going to be playing 2 Boss's Orders. I didn't want to litter the entire deck with a bunch of supporter cards. I kind of like to stick to a very minimal number, and since we're already playing 4 Welder, I didn't really have the space to play more Boss's Orders because I didn't want to play too many supporters, because if you have too many supporters in your hand, you can only play one of them, making the rest of them kind of dead cards in your hand, which is not good at all. And that's one of the reasons why I'm playing the Ariados engine. We have plenty of space to fit in as many cards as we want, we just don't want to play supporter cards because it kind of holds us back from going really speedy with our plays, and I think that Ariados is definitely just a lot better anyway. Now the main supporter you actually want to be playing most of your turns will be the Welder. Welder we are playing 4 copies of, without a doubt a really good card, definitely just great here, allowing you to draw 3 cards and expend your resources as much as possible, or at least get to your resources as soon as possible, and this definitely turbos out the deck incredibly well because Snorlax will be able to dish out a lot of damage really early on. But of course, we are playing here the 4 copies of Research, another card we could potentially draw into as well. Using Research, we could also discard the energy and then just bring it back with the Fire energy anyway, or the Fire Crystal. So it all works out in the end. We're just going here for as much draw power, speed up the deck as much as possible, and as I said, if you combine this, and also the Boss's Orders, you have 10 supporters in the deck. You don't want to be playing any more than that. As a result, I felt the Ariados was definitely far superior of a choice than to actually force myself to add in more copies of the Boss's Orders. Of course, if you want to do a bit of, I guess, manipulation, you could also adjust the ratios with the Research and Boss's Orders and see how things work out for you. But the Welder is definitely really good to attach your energy to the Snorlax as quickly as possible, but if you wanted to do it for your other Pokemon as well, it's definitely fine. However, with that being said, we're just going to finish things off here with the 8 copies of our Fire Energy. Believe me, I want to play Special Energies, but we can't because we can't really utilize them. The Twin Energy won't really do anything for us anyway, since they don't really work out for VMAX cards. And same thing for the Special Fire Energy, it won't really do anything because unless you're playing a Fire Pokemon, it's not going to work out. So yeah, you're only going to be able to work out with the Snorlax V, which is a normal type Pokemon, so unfortunately you can't really pull off anything amazing there. However, with that being said, this was pretty much the deck profile here, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Do take in mind that this is meant to be a fun deck, not a competitive deck, so don't expect this to win you every single game, but it is definitely something that you could try out and it would be a lot of fun. It changes the pace of things, it allows you to break the perspective and try something new. However, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, definitely drop a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, it really does help. However, with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you all next time.